After a long winter, the first sunny and warm days spark a desire for open-top touring. Manufacturers are prepared for this time of year and want to sell perfect vehicles to drive off into the sunset and feel a gust of fresh air on your skin. Today, we are looking at convertible cars and roadsters of 2025 and 2026. Morgan SuperSport. It's the hottest debut for the British motoring industry. The new arrival gets many exterior revisions. They were carried out with aerodynamic efficiency in mind, reducing the drag by 5% and the lift by 20%. The aluminum body has sleek flowing lines, raised front and rear wings, a horseshoe-shaped grille with a black mesh, round headlights in front, neatly integrated LED lights in the rear, dual exhaust pipes, and a sweeping tail with a flush trunk lid. The interior blends the old with the new. The seats are trimmed with the finest Scottish leathers, the wooden panels are offered in 11 variations, and the analog dials are complemented by such modern features as an LCD screen, hands-free calling, and a premium audio system. The power comes from a turbocharged i6 engine by BMW. It's linked to an 8-speed ZF automatic gearbox and produces 330 horsepower.
Mercedes AMG PureSpeed. Though just presented as a concept vehicle, the Mercedes PureSpeed has been approved for limited production. There will be 250 units worldwide, starting off the brand's new Mythos series. Based on the Mercedes SL and inspired by the AMG 1, the model arrives with no roof, no windshield, and no side windows, swapping them for a Formula One halo bar. It borrows SL-style lighting elements in the front and the rear, has exclusive eye-catching AMG paintwork in red, gray, and black, and wears a number 10 racing livery. Under the Roadster's long hood hides an AMG-tuned 4.0-liter V8 biturbo engine, with an output estimated at 576 horsepower and 590 pound-feet of torque. Alongside the aforementioned aerodynamic exterior components, the vehicle gets 4MATIC Plus all-wheel drive, advanced suspension with semi-active hydraulic roll stabilization, active rear axle steering, and ceramic composite brakes to expertly handle the massive power output at speeds reaching 196 miles per hour. In case you're a fan of racing in a straight line, the initial acceleration to 62 miles per hour takes just 3.6 seconds. Polaris Slingshot. Almost a decade after its inception, this ultimate summer vehicle can surely be called a modern American icon. To build on the model's legacy, stay relevant in terms of performance, and excite the next generation of drivers, Polaris is rolling out a series of updates for the 2025 Slingshot. Still rolling on 3 wheels and legally qualified as a motorcycle, the newcomer sports a redesigned front end with peculiar styling elements reserved for each of 4 available trims. New lower accent lights, decorative decals, an extra inch added to the ground clearance, and turned suspension setup for more confident handling. The freshened propulsion system is represented now by a 2-liter Polaris ProStar 4-cylinder that can be mated to a 5-speed manual gearbox or a 5-speed auto drive. In base trims, this engine unit produces 180 horsepower and 129 pound-feet of torque, while the sportier trims have 204 horsepower and 150 pound-feet of torque at their disposal. Novitec N-Largo 296 GTS. German Novitec is no stranger to one-upping the already capable supercars by Italy's most exotic supercars. The latest model to receive such treatment is the Ferrari 296 GTS. The N-Largo package for this Italian topless beauty includes a substantial wide-body kit, a suspension setup lowered by 1.4 inches, 21-inch front and 22-inch rear Vossen forged alloy wheels, a revised exhaust system, an engine tune, and a dressed-up interior with Alcantara and leather upholstery. The attention-grabbing wide-body kit gets reshaped front and rear fenders, introduces air vents and air intakes, a sharpened front splitter, and increases the vehicle's width by 4.7 inches. Finally, the standard 2.9-liter twin-turbo V6 is retuned to produce 868 horsepower. Aston Martin Vantage Roadster. A high-performance Roadster is the last piece of the puzzle that makes Aston Martin's upcoming lineup complete. The open-top version of the recently improved Vantage Coupe uses the same 4.0-liter twin-turbocharged V8 mill that puts 655 horsepower and 590 pound-feet of torque to the rear wheels. The British luxury marque employed extreme lightweighting measures and an all-new Z-fold roof mechanism that needs just 6.8 seconds to fully close at speeds reaching 31 miles per hour. As a result, it's only 132 pounds heavier than the coupe sibling. The powerful front-engine setup ensures a 0 to 60 mile per hour time of 3.5 seconds and a 202 mile per hour top speed, while a high-performance chassis, Bilstein DTX adaptive dampers, and an e-diff ensure proper management of the output. Compared to its predecessor, the newcomer gets an enlarged grille, additional exterior color palette, contrasting roof options, and a refreshed interior with sports seats, a 10.25-inch touchscreen, and optional B&W audio. Mazda Spirit Racing Roadster 12R. The prayers of all Mazda fans have finally been heard. At the 2025 Tokyo Auto Salon, this Japanese manufacturer finally unveiled some decent upgrades to the iconic Miata. If you're from North America, this is where the good news ends for you because the Roadster 12R is only reserved for Japan. Strictly limited to just 200 domestically produced units, the 12R is a track-oriented Miata with a specially modified 2.0-liter i4 engine. It reportedly revs higher than its stock counterpart and produces upwards of 200 horsepower. The model's track-specific upgrades include Brembo brakes, adjustable Bilstein dampers, a thicker tunnel brace, high-rigidity raise wheels, and a series of aerodynamic elements. Visually, the sports Roadster boasts an aero gray paint with racing decals, a black interior with contrasting red elements, and an extensive use of Alcantara. Factory 5 Racing MK5 Roadster. A company that dedicated decades to making replicas of classic sports cars and vintage autos gives every American car enthusiast a chance to drive a piece of automotive history. The MK5 iteration of the Cobra replica gets a rectangular space frame chassis that is 4 times more rigid than the predecessor, better ergonomics, enough room for a driver up to 6 feet 5 inches tall, a revised roll bar, a removable hardtop, and an even longer list of customizations and optional gear both for the interior and exterior. The Roadster's upgraded suspension now includes forged aluminum lower control arms and dual mounting points for adjustable ride height. In terms of performance, the MK5 is compatible with a wide array of engine options, starting with the 302 and 351W small block engines, and reaching the mighty 5.0-liter Coyote and 7.3-liter Godzilla units. Mercedes-Maybach SL Monogram Series. The SL680 Monogram Series is basically the SL63 Roadster that evolves into a convertible Grand Tourer. It gets a Maybach-specific grille, fresh fascias front and rear, extra chrome, and exclusive 21-inch wheels. The vision of the German designers for this GT includes only 2 color options, metallic red and bright white. This Maybach uses a 577 horsepower 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8 with a 9-speed automatic transmission and an all-wheel drive system. Since tight cornering is no longer a requirement, the suspension was softened and the cabin was stuffed with extra sound insulation for a more tranquil ride. The 2026 Mercedes-Maybach SL680 Monogram series gets pillow-soft bucket seats, special graphics for the MBUX infotainment, and countless Maybach badges. Mercedes SL Golden Coast and SL63 SE Performance. If you feel like your Mercedes SL lacks exclusivity, you may also opt in for the newest Golden Coast or SL63 SE Performance variations. Following the footsteps of other luxury manufacturers, Mercedes-Benz announced its coach build division called the Manufactor. This division was responsible for developing the Golden Coast treatment with an exclusive golden color hue on the outside, black 21-inch AMG wheels with golden accents, contrasting accents, and a black Napa leather interior with diamond stitching. The Manufacturer program also extends to the SL63 SE Performance model, dubbed as the brand's most powerful roadster. It utilized a rear-mounted hybrid powertrain that extracts 805 horsepower and 1,047 pound-feet of torque from a twin-turbo 4.0-liter V8. It enables a 197 mph top speed, while the 62 mph mark is reached in 2.9 seconds. Tender 5.7. With 15 units planned for production, a German boutique offers a modern take on the BMW 507, popular in the 1950s and owned by Elvis Presley and many celebrities of the time. The build is based on the BMW Z4 and gets a retro-inspired carbon fiber shell with 15 available color schemes. The use of a lightweight shell lowered the vehicle's weight by 200 pounds, giving the tuned 3.0-liter turbocharged inline-six engine a lower load to carry. This unit makes 492 horsepower, 516 pound-feet of torque, and shows a 0 to 62 mph time of 3.7 seconds. Other mechanical improvements include a new KW DCC coilover suspension, a performance stainless steel exhaust, and a more capable braking setup. Finally, the interior will be matched to the available color schemes and feature bespoke leather seats. BYD FCB Super 9 Speedster. BYD is showing stellar growth in domestic and international markets. However, its ambitions span beyond producing mass-market vehicles. One of the latest endeavors by the Chinese giant is the creation of a new luxury brand under which the Super 9 Speedster will be produced. Unveiled in its conceptual form, the Bao 9 has a roofless roadster body, similar to the Ferrari Monza SP2, McLaren Elva, and Aston Martin V12 Speedster. It'll be based on a carbon fiber monocoque, can feature an extensive use of lightweight materials to offset the added weight of the heavy all-electric powertrain. While detailed technical specifications are still kept secret, we can admire the Speedster's sporty look with a long hood, angular bumper with substantial air intakes, large wheels, and sharp LED headlights. Did we miss any noteworthy models? Share your thoughts in the comments and support us by watching our previous videos on the screen. Thanks for visiting Automotive Territory, and may the torque be with you.